Not a single member from the NRA harmed a single child.
Right? You're right. I said you're right.
Now, let me say this. I am very concerned about violence like anybody else is.
Correct.
And there's zero tolerance for violence.
Thank you.
Right?
Sir.
My name is Vernon Jones. I'm from Georgia.
Okay, Vernon.
And I'm a Second Amendment defender and protector.
We don't want an assault weapon. We don't want an assault weapon. We don't want an assault weapon. We don't want an assault weapon.
Okay, so guess what, Mr. Vernon? My name is Vernon. My name is Vernon. I'm with the Black Democrats. I'm an accountability chair in Montgomery County. I have a 6-year-old grandson. I have a 28-year-old son. I have a 15-year-old daughter, and I have a 13-year-old daughter. I am former law enforcement. I am trained with these weapons. But let me tell you something. The moment I have to stop and think that when I was in the police academy for a person that's 20 years old, by the time they are sworn in, they have to have been able to make their 21st birthday. In order for my kid, that's 28 now, he had to be 21 to buy alcohol. But guess what?
And 18 to vote.
And guess what?
Correct.
We're talking, wait a minute. My point right now is that that kid that was 18 years old that went in there and killed all of those babies. Why is it that the NRA,
don't yell at me, I'm not your enemy.
Why is it that the NRA is steady funding money to state representatives instead of going back? I'm not anti-gun. I'm not finished. I'm not finished yet.
Well, you can't have a commentary all afternoon. I want to talk.
No. Hold on. Let me finish. What we're not going to do, we're going to fix the gun laws. I'm not anti-gun. I'm anti-people that don't need to have those guns. Those are 18-year-olds who don't mentally have enough sense in order for them to know that when you pull a gun, that you're supposed to use it. And if you're not...
I got your point. Now, let me respond. Let's be clear about something. There is zero tolerance for violence. There are those over 18 who have not responsibly utilized guns. In Chicago, from Chicago to Atlanta to New York to Baltimore, young black babies, boys and girls are being shot down every weekend. Now, what I like to see is the same kind of damn demonstration going on there that's going on here. Is that fair? Is that fair? No, wait a minute. Is that fair? Because a life is a life. Is that not fair? So, now, let me go to somebody else. Let me go to some later.
We're not trying to take the gun. You have a right to bear arms. I'm an educator. I should not have an 18-year-old able to get access to an assault weapon. That's all. We have teachers like me that are afraid.
Can we agree on that? Can we agree on that?
But I want you to know, bear your arms.
I think, you know what?
Can we agree on the 18-year-old?
I think a lot of things 18-year-olds shouldn't have.
Thank you.
I don't think 6- and 7-year-olds should be pushed towards gender identity. A lot of things. We don't talk. You said what you want to say. I'm gonna say what I want to say. So there are a lot of things children shouldn't be subjected to. Am I not? So a lot of things. So you know what? Let's have a conversation. So you know what? Can I tell you what you just said was how you feel? And let me be clear about this. It's worth me thinking about what you just said, and I will.
18-years-olds
And I
are
appreciate
not
that. My
allowed.
thing is, being transgender don't kill you. But guns.
Hold on.
Let's not get to the subject. Let's talk guns.
No. But no, I'm talking about, let me talk now. I'm talking about, when we're talking about young people and children, then let's go across the board now. Let's go across the board. Now. Again, do you not agree that babies, young black boys and young black girls are shot down every weekend by black people?
We agree.
And you don't see these rallies. Do you see these rallies? No, you don't. When in Atlanta, Georgia, In Atlanta, Georgia, when an 8-year-old baby girl was shot through the car and killed, when that 1-year-old baby girl in New York was shot and killed in a stroller, where was the outrage? So I'm just saying, if we care about lives, hold on now. If we care about lives, then let's care about all lives.
Your views are hypocritical, Mr. Dawes. Mr. Dawes, you are hypocritical. No, Mr. Dawes. Your views are hypocritical. You don't want to make, you don't want to admit that. What's your talking to me? You don't want to admit that. Let me answer my question. You can answer your question. I'm going to answer my question.
Answer your question.
You don't want to admit the fact that the NRA has people like you, state legislators, our U.S. representatives, our senators, they got them in their pockets. You don't want to.
They're not in my pocket.
They're in your pockets.
Hold on, now you're yelling. Now you're yelling. But if the NRA, wait, hold on. The NRA is the first civil rights organization ever founded. The NRA. A lot of black folks.
I came out of that building. You came out that building, but guess what? Just because you black,
so now it's about race.
You made it there, and I'm gonna let you know something. Our black folks ain't our skin folks ain't over us.
So I'm gonna go to you now, because I'm an NRA member, and I'm not going nowhere, and I'm gonna defend myself. I love the NRA, and I'm not backing down. But we need more God. We need more God into kids' lives. That's what we need. More God into kids' lives. It ain't the gun, it's the God. There you go. That's what we need. Now what's next? Who's next? Okay, go ahead. Who's next? Hold on. Now we answer. Now you had your
question. Where was the NRA when those kids were killed?
Where were you when that baby girl was shot down in Atlanta, Georgia? Where were you? Where are you? Now go ahead. Go ahead. What's your question? 2 years ago.
I'm not born American. You're a traitor. You're a traitor to America. You're a traitor.
A lot more people killed than George Floyd. A lot of black police officers were killed too. We don't talk about that.
No, we support. I support.
Don't you agree? Black officers or no officers should be shot down in cold blood, right? Okay.
And guess what?
Nobody
should. No citizen should be shot by a police officer in the back of his head anyway, and he's running from a situation.
And no police officer should be shot either in the back of their head.
And guess what?
What's next? What's next? I love it. What's next?
Can I agree? Because you said you're open.
Wait a minute.
18-year-old, let's say 18 to 21, 18 to 25. No weapon should be buy assault weapon at that age. Yeah. Can we agree that?
Well, here's what I agree. Here's what I agree to. I'll listen to what you said. If you feel as though that no one should have a gun, be able to purchase a gun at a certain age, I think that's something reasonable to consider. But I said that from the very beginning.
I know.
Because I'm not.
Do you guys talk about that over there?
But I have a right to feel the way I feel too.
Sir, does your group?
So let's have a conversation.
Follow up. Did you guys talk about that inside? What you just said?
Did I what now?
Regarding?
Oh, I've been saying that from.
No, not you. The group. Are you guys talking about maybe limiting an age on assault weapons?
I think there's a lot of women. Let me ask you a question. You want? Okay. I think a lot of people are having those conversations that are NRA members. I don't think they are immune from having those conversations.
But are you talking in the official convention? Is it brought up? Yes or no?
I just said there's a lot of conversation about how we can make sure that those who are irresponsible do not have access to those who are mental. There's a lot of issues out on the table. I agree that their conversation should be had. It's always good to have a conversation. Hold on one second. Because you're with CNN, controlling Negroes Network, and I know you're a game.
Hey, cut out that. Hey, cut out the street. Cut out the street. Hey, come on. Cut out the blame game of the media.
Let him talk.
Hey, cut out the blame game of the media. That's an old trick. That's a trick that your friend West uses, and we're sick and tired of it. Will you quit taking on the media?
Why you
CNN.
You got a problem? You got a problem?
I got a problem because you
know
attack
what you
the
are.
media.
No, I know what you are. I am not going to let the liberal media tell me how to think.
You know what? You're not thinking.
See, you one of those liberals who don't want want a black man to be able to have the ability to think for himself. See, you from that plantation, I'm not on your plantation.
Do you love assholes?
Let's not get to
No, don't touch
Mr. Dawes.
I'm an independent. I don't represent
Be
Republican or Democrat. My thing is about people, and I feel like to bring protection to our schools, let's go ahead and add tax to these weapons, and we can use the money from the weapons and bullets to fund and pay veterans to guard our schools. That's my thing.
You know what? I think what you just said, when you look at those ex-military men and women, they're trained. They're great Americans. They serve this country. I think it's a great idea to see how we can forge a relationship between ex-military and working with the school system so we can make sure our schools are protected. And let me tell you, I come from a family of veterans, 4 brothers and my dad, so I understand what you just said. You're the kind of persons, and others too, that want to sit down or love to sit down, and currently sitting down having these conversations. But screaming and fighting and just yelling, that doesn't get us anywhere. So that's a good idea.
I'm not here.
So do you not agree that this is a good idea?
I agree with you.
That's a good idea, but that's just a tiny little step. What
Next
we gotta do
question.
is ban
Ma'am?
I agree with you 100%. And I'm not here to change your mind about anything.
Thank you. I'm not here to change yours.
And I'm not here to change anything.
But I am here to
else's
listen.
mind.
Nobody else came over here and talked. I came over and talked, right?
Here is the problem.
No, you got the camera. Not me, you got the camera.
You have your opinions on things. Everybody here has their opinions.
This is the opinion.
I'm not interested in listening to any of these adults. What I'm going to do is get a bunch of 12-year-olds together and ask them what they think the solution to the problem is. And I guarantee you, if I got 10 groups of 12-year-olds together across the country, they're all going to give me the same set of recommendations.
I don't think so. Let me tell you, I was born and reared on a farm. From day one, my mother and father taught me the importance and the responsibility of a firearm. We use it to hunt, to get food on our table. We use it to protect our property. When that fox came and hit that hen house, we lit them up like a Christmas tree. We knew where that gun was, and you don't touch that gun only for a certain reason. So guess what? I know a lot of young people right now, feel differently. So I don't think every 12-year-old you put in a room will have the same thought. And if they did, then something's not right.
Mr. Dawes.
Because everybody should have their own independent thought. Okay, so now I'm asking you a question. Can I go to another one?
Mr. Dawes.
I don't have cars. You can find them.
Where you say that?
Now, wait a minute. I'll talk to you. Let's talk some more.
You say you will talk to a veteran, Mr. Dawes.
What would you change?
You say you will talk to a veteran,
Obviously, there's enough people here who say they want to see some sort of change.
Okay, now why don't you identify yourself? You're a reporter, right?
I'm a reporter.
Who are you with?
I'm with CNN.
All
So
right.
I'm just asking.
Okay,
I'm just asking you, what would you want to see change? There are people here calling for change. This is what everybody's asking
And there are
for.
people in there who have an opinion as well.
Okay,
So why
what
can't
an
we respect theirs as well?
Where's the
Well,
middle?
you got an opinion. Why can't they have an opinion?
Where's the middle ground here then?
Here's the middle ground. The middle ground is sit down and have constructive conversation.
It's too late for that.
Yeah, he said it's too late. But you know what? Now watch. Let's start right now. What time is it now?
Time for you to give up.
What time is it? Now watch this. It's 6:30. Let's see how many black kids are going to be shot down in Chicago and Baltimore by this time tomorrow afternoon. And I want you to see if any of these folks are going to be there
Then why don't
protest
you
with
put gun
those kids.
restrictions in?
So don't say it's too late. So when he says too late, it's not too late.
You're diverting.
No, I'm asking the question. Mr. Smith, and they use you to talk to me. So you say there's no control of the Negroes. So let's talk.
My question.
Now, man, now you've had opportunity. Now let somebody else. See, you know what? That's the problem. You just want to
Put gun restrictions
Now let's talk. Go ahead, Mr. Reporter.
What is the physical change you want to see? Are you for red flags? Are you for mental health? Are you for assault rifle ban? Which one are
Here's
you
what I'm for. Here's what I'm for. Before we talk about banning anything, let's sit down and find out what the real issues are. There are some people who have some mental issues. Are we doing enough to address mental issues? That's a big part of it. Let's do that. So I'm sitting down, I'm open to things that are constructive. I'm open to things that are constructive, but I am not going to go off with a knee-jerk reaction. And when I see the hypocrites, they want to make an issue of this, but kids are being shot down every day, and nobody say a damn thing about it.
How are the kids every day? What change are you willing to make?
I don't know what change I'm willing to make. I'm willing to sit down and have those discussions.
You don't have one idea at all?
I got a lot of ideas. I have a lot of ideas. Sit down, let's have a conversation.
We've been having conversations. What's the one thing you want to say?
So wait a minute, we have New York City, Chicago has the most restrictive gun laws. Is that not true? Now, hold on, let's be honest. Now, they have the most restrictive gun laws. How many people get shot down a week in Chicago? No, answer my question for a change. Answer my question for a change, Mr. Reporter. Now, you know me. You know me.
You and I,
you know me.
You're not going to do that.
Next question. Next question. Next question. You can't handle the truth. Yes, ma'am.
What message do you have for the families?
And you know what? You hit the nail on the head. To those family members who suffer this tragic loss, my heart goes out to you.
What are you going to do?
That has to be something that no parents should have to experience. So my heart goes out to my prayers, and I want all violence to stop. All violence. Why do we wait till an incident here, an incident there that makes the news every single night? By this time tomorrow, let's check and see how many are going to be killed in Chicago, Baltimore, New York, and let's see where we're going to see the outrage for that. Let's look at how many law enforcement officers are going to be shot. Let's look at it across the board. But my heart goes out to that family. Next question.
I want you to talk to the 12-year-old who had to put blood on her to stay alive because the gunman, so he wouldn't kill her. Explain that to the 12-year-old baby that put blood on her and laid on that floor and took that phone and called 911.
And you explain it to that mother who lost her 8-year-old baby girl shot down in Atlanta through the car. You won't come nowhere near it. What you got? What you got? What you got?
What is it? What do you mean when you say
we're not talking about it?
Are you saying more people have access to guns and the kids that are getting shot will not get shot in Atlanta?
No, what I'm saying is very simple. Taking away the Second Amendment is not going to solve this problem. New York City, Chicago have the most restrictive gun laws in the country, and they're still having shootings. But we also know people who have mental issues are having committed many of these crimes. I think mental issues are part. I think we need to take a comprehensive approach. So let's see what, you know what, there's no one shot, there's no one bullet that can solve this problem. But what we need to do is get to have a conversation about how can we move to the next phase, what can we do? Because you and I both know legislation can't control what someone does. We have 2 strikes you out on the books right now. If you murder somebody the second time, you get life in prison. Somebody comes down, they still do it the second time. So you can't always control people's behavior. But what we can do is, how can we help these schools, make these schools more safer?
Why do you think someone needs something? Like, I'm not saying that people should have access to certain kinds of guns, but why do you think
he is pro-NRA? I am pro-NRA.
People that are pro-NRA.
I am pro-NRA. I am
a United States veteran. People that this man will not talk to me. He's afraid to talk to me because this man.
What about the part of the second that says you're regulated? Talk to the veterans. Talk to people.
United States veteran.
I don't mean that. Now I'm talking about your question. What's your question? What is your question? Okay, what is your question?
So
he doesn't have a question. You have any more questions?
You won't let me ask? You won't let me ask?
Ask the question then.
Sir, if I don't need to walk around with a damn assault weapon and I fought a damn pistol, then why is it members like you that support these lobbyists that do this? You are supporting a lobbyist. You are supporting it.
See, now you won't let me answer. I'm not going to talk to him.
Because you are afraid of the truth. You are afraid of the Second Amendment.
What about the part of the Second Amendment that says well regulated? It is well regulated. It is not well regulated.
It's not regulated in Chicago. It is not. It's not regulated in New York City. The most restrictive gun laws in the world. Yes. Now, you had a chance. I'll take the question, brother.
You can't say Chicago is wrong. It's wrong, too. Wrong is wrong.
But do they have restricted gun laws? They do, don't they?
Is it the whole state of Illinois?
Ma'am, you got a question?
I never actually got to ask my question.
Okay.
Yes, I'm good.
You're brain dead.
So look, I know we all want to ban weapons and everything, but they're already in the street. So what we have to do, instead of fighting to ban them, it's already going to be here. We need to put a tax on these weapons and these bullets to protect our schools. You can't stop anybody from doing something crazy. A lot of these places we go to, we have security, but you never know somebody's motive. So our argument shouldn't be to stop the weapons because they're already here. But let's control the narrative here. Let's have some strictly,
You have to stop the sanctions that allow for gun violence.
Thanks for watching, and make sure to tune in to Status Coup's daily live stream Monday through Thursday at 5 o'clock Eastern Time and Fridays at 4 o'clock Eastern Time.